thank you, Slice City Pizza, for giving me a really good pizza. Their Supremes are actually better than the pepperonis. A little bit more, it costs a little bit more, but really, really good. And everything, their pizza's probably the best in town. I put them down on our vlog as the best in town, so. It's a New York style thin pizza. Sometimes I make funny lips. Sometimes I make normal lips. Sometimes I flare nostril. Sometimes I blink eye. Ooh, that was a thing right there. That kind of thing. I did go to Hollywood, and I was going to offer Marlon Brando a script before it was all over. The script was called Oscillate Wildly, and it's a big one. It's some Faulkner in there. It's about these filmmakers that kidnap Marlon Brando, and they take him out to a cave in Texas and make a movie with him. And Marlon Brando is so much in a psychosis state that he doesn't really. He thinks they're legit filmmakers. They actually kidnap him. It was a comedy, and I was gonna ask Sean Penn to be in it. There was a character named Penn in it. It's like a detective that goes and looks for Marlon Brando with this dog and this psychic that can read dogs' minds. The psychic, they have the scent of Marlon Brando, like a bloodhound or something. But it was really like a German Shepherd. But anyway, he had the scent of Marlon Brando. The dog did, but the psychic that's with the dog actually can read the dog's mind. And Sean Penn plays the character of the detective, and it's kind of this, comedy. And I wrote the script and went out there, but I told Diane, I told her, I got this script from Marlon Brando, and she said, well, you're going to have to find him. And there was some Italian restaurant that he would hang out at. But I'm going to switch over to another movie that he did called Don Juan with Johnny Depp. That one was way before. Don Juan is about this man played by Johnny Depp that's in psychosis, and he thinks he's Don Juan. And Marlon Brando plays this psychiatrist. Oh, these are really cool. And it's funny because Marlon Brando was probably in a psychosis state when he played the movie, when he was performing in the movie. They had an earpiece. They used an earpiece. But Diane had told me that at the time when I was there, 2001, that he liked to lay under the sink and look at ants. So there must have been a thing of ants. And I had a friend that was an actor out here in Fort Worth. His name was Dick Harris. He did something serious, but he did something similar. He would have this it was like an obstacle course for insects that they would run up this ruler or something. It was like some kind of wood piece that led up to the windowsill, and the ants and the insects would walk on this little thing and go in and out of his apartment. He didn't call for an exterminator or anything. Brando did about the same, but he would lay underneath the sink and just study ants. It was like a meditation kind of thing. Something he'd learned probably on Apocalypse Now, on the set of Apocalypse Now or something. But I was never able to find him, I wasn't going to jump his fence or anything, pull a Francis Ford Coppola kind of thing. Whenever they went in to do a screen test for The Godfather, I wasn't going to do that. But the script was good. I still have it. It's a big, big script. It's very poetical. I'd have to rewrite it. But we lost Marlon Brando, so it's been a long time. I thought about changing it and just adding Morrissey, Stephen Patrick Morrissey to it. But I'd have to get funding. It's not like Morrissey's going to show up and, sure, Cole, I'd love to play the part. But Morrissey's done so much, and he's under scrutiny. Capitol Records dropped Bonfire for the Teenagers, and I think he found someone else. I don't know. I don't know if Morrissey, Stephen Patrick Morrissey's played any acting roles, really. He's more of a singer. But I really did this. I really went out to Hollywood to offer Marlon Brando a script. I just couldn't find him, it's hard to do. But it was fun writing the script, though, and it was fun hanging out in Hollywood and doing stuff. I did some plays in Calabasas and Orange County, met some filmmakers. was a lot of fun. I would tell every single person, I would say, you know, I got this script for Marlon Brando, and they were like, oh gosh, Marlon Brando. You know, they kind of rolled their eyes a little bit in that town. But they did, you know, Marlon did get to do a really good movie when he was older, and it was Don Juan. He did it with Johnny Depp. And it was playing for free on YouTube. And I've seen it. I saw it in the movie theaters. Johnny Depp's great. And it's really kind of about psychosis, you know. And, you know, Marlon Brando's playing this character. He's like banging on the steering wheel, and he's like this psychiatrist that he loves life, you know, and it's like a romance because he's involved with this woman. Very, 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 at the time, Marlon Brando was pretty obese and everything. There's where the old Hip Pocket used to be, right over that way. Hip Pocket Theater. They had a little Greek restaurant right there. This is right off of West Magnolia. And there's Hemp Hill right here. That was the old one. But it's cool because the protagonist, Don Juan, or what Johnny Depp plays, he has a real name, he's a real person, and it takes time before the psychosis wears off, and they have to give him, you know, some type of medicine, you know, like Prozac or Zoloft or something. And Brando's it shows him the moment where he gives the medicine to the patient, and he's kind of praying in a way. You can see it in his eyes. He doesn't like actively pray, but you can see it in his eyes. Then the next day, the Johnny Depp character, Johnny Depp, he wakes up and he's out of psychosis. He's normal. It's like it was a dream. Yeah, it's called Don Juan. It's a really, really good one. But one thing I was afraid about, if he would have chosen Oscillate Wildly, and if Brando would have chosen to do that, it would be strange if he would have got sick or died or something on the set. You know, because he was very old. He was almost in his 80s. And it would have been strange, because Molière did. Molière died backstage acting. I think he was doing The Imaginary Invalid. But it would have been strange, because he was getting very sick. And they're doing a skate park right here. This is like a new skate park they're building right here for Fort Worth. But you know, those kinds of things you have to be wary when you're working with elderly characters. That's probably what they would want to do, maybe. Anyway, check out Don Juan. It's a great Marlon Brando movie with Johnny Depp. They're all the way from Florida. Old Hip Pocket used to be right there. It's now called Grandma's. It had a little theater in the back and in the side. There's two of them. So West Magnolia is a big art town area. West Magnolia. That was where Circle Theater was, and my first professional gig is at the top of this building right here. So we got 1, 2, 3. It's the third floor. 1, 2, and 3. Thought it was larger than that, but they were on the top floor of that building right there on 5th and West Magnolia. They've been in a lot of different places. Now Circle Theater is downtown Fort Worth, but I did a Christmas show called North Pole Nightmare, and I played Monty the Mountie. And I had a little thing where I entered, I'd go, I'm a Monty like my father, we both look good in red. And then I would fall in, you know, so I would tumble onto stage, literally, like almost fall down kind of thing, and I would go in very kind of very kind of Charlie Chaplin-esque, you know, Charlie Chaplin move kind of thing. We're gonna pick up at Salsa Limon. Salsa Limon right there. If you want to go to one of my favorite restaurants, it's right here, Benito's restaurant right here. Now they open this Salsa Limon. They got to compete. But Benito's got authentic. They're all authentic restaurant right here. Benito's. And this one, Lynn and I had done. We did the Radler. Three really cool restaurants right there. It's called the Radler. Hey, they have trivia. 7:30. And they're gonna do live music. Huh. Yeah, the Radler is a beer garden. It's a German. So you got German, authentic Latino, and then some salsa limon. Look at the tiger, the ox, snake, the rabbit, the rooster, whatever it is, the dog, that's the horse, dragon, the lamb, the boar, the mouse, and the monkey. I have this old school Coca-Cola thing right here too. This is their like kitchen area, and then they have a little side eating area. It looks like a possible vlog. You order here, say right here. Bathroom, the thumbs up. You got this little neat little thing that you can look at, little cabinet for stuff, cool sink. So tile is good. Big old thumbs up bathroom. They have bike sharing for all. Here's their QR, and it's you think purple and you live green. masterpieces happen, you're gonna have to watch my channel. That's West 7th right there, or 7th Avenue going off of West Magnolia. They call it 7th Avenue, and it is, but West Magnolia is right there, so it's another 7th Avenue. But this is all West Magnolia. It's pretty much the art district. Okay, so this is basically like, oh wow, private jet right there, going through. This is like a bridge known as the North Henderson Bridge, and on the other side is like a roundabout. And it's got a weird piece of art that looks, to me, it looks like a, kind of like a claymore. You know, like those claymores in Call of Duty. You ever played it on PS3? It's kind of what it looks like. Or in a SOCOM, like a SOCOM claymore. You ever played SOCOM? That's what they kind of look like. But it's a cool looking, you know, art. It's pretty fun. Yay. We got through that, and now we're gonna head over here and drop off these tacos. There's another bridge there. It lights up purple and blue at night. There for TCU. Horned Frogs. Go Horned Frogs. Whee! Whee! Reba! Reba! And that's like a really cool train shot right there. Reba! One Danang with you make pork, steam rice, $2 steam rice. Pick up 10 minute. Sometimes when I'm ordering like Danang rice steamed with pork at some like Vietnamese or Asian, I find sometimes it's easier than to say, you know, like if you go like, I'd like some Danang, and they go like, what? It's better just to change it and just go, I like Danang rice. Give me Danang rice, steam rice, and give me a pork. So pork, steam rice, Danang, number C1. They're like, oh, 10 minute, I'll pick up in 10 minutes. It always works. So I don't know, I just do that sometimes. They don't notice anything. They understand completely. And I just do it that way, you know. Plus, believe it or not, I won a trophy in high school. True story. And I was in The Good Woman of Szechuan. It was a Bertolt Brecht play. I won Best Actor. That was when I decided to become an actor, when I won that award. And I played an Asian pilot. But I took it really serious. We jet blacked my hair, made my face really pale, with dark features like the dark eyebrows, and they liked it. So, but I worked really hard on that role. But we didn't really talk that way. We had like a different thing, a different way of talking. But they seemed, in a lot of cases, in some. Now it doesn't mean like I call it Italian place. I'm like, hey, is a guy named Paulie there? Now Paulie's done there. Okay, anyway, give me some pizza. Yeah. Y'all taste like Brooklyn pizza, right? Oop, got a phone call. Hey, okay, hang on, give me a second. Oh, tuk Thai street food. Hi.
You pick up?
Yeah, I'm picking up.
You need a copy for that one? It's
actually Thailand. Looks pretty exciting.
Fried chicken with, we have fried chicken with fried rice.
So we got the Thai food from Tuk Tuk Thai right here.